My name is Lily. I left my home when I was 15. I wanted to see the world. I took a small bag with food and water. I walked alone. At first, the village was behind me. The trees were tall and green. The sun was warm on my face. I felt happy and free. I met many people on the road. Some were friendly, some were not. In one town, I worked in a small shop. The owner was old and kind. He gave me a place to sleep. I learned how to count money and talk with customers. I stayed for 2 months. I made a few friends, but I still wanted to travel. One day, I met a boy named Jack. He was a traveler too. He told me about a big city far away. We decided to go together. We walked many days. We shared stories and food. At night, we made a fire and watched stars. Jack was funny. He made me laugh when I was sad. When we reached the city, it was loud and busy. Cars moved fast. People talked in many languages. I was scared but excited. Jack helped me find a small job in a bakery. I learned to bake bread and cakes. The smell of fresh bread made me happy every morning. I sent letters to my family. I told them about my life. They were proud but worried. They wanted me to come back home. But I wanted to see more. After 6 months, Jack left. He said he had to go back to his family. I was sad, but I understood. I stayed in the city. I worked hard. I saved money. I learned English better. I met many people from different countries. One day, I met a woman named Sarah. She was a photographer. She wanted to take pictures of the city. I helped her as a guide. We became good friends. She taught me how to use a camera. We took pictures of old buildings, markets, and people. I felt proud. I was learning new things every day. Sometimes, I missed my home. I missed my mother's cooking and my father's smile. I missed the quiet nights in the village. But I knew I had to be strong. One winter, the city became very cold. I did not have warm clothes. I stayed in a small room with no heater. I was sick for many days. Sarah brought me soup and medicine. She stayed with me until I felt better. After I got well, I decided to travel again. I wanted to go to the mountains. I packed my bag and said goodbye to Sarah. She gave me a warm scarf and a small book. The book was about stars and nature. I walked to the mountains. The air was fresh and clean. The trees were tall and covered with snow. I saw animals like deer and rabbits. I climbed rocks and crossed rivers. I slept in a small cabin that a hunter left open. One night, I saw a big sky full of stars. I read the book Sarah gave me. I learned the names of stars and constellations. I felt small but happy. I knew the world was big and full of wonders. In the mountains, I met a family. They lived in a small house. They gave me food and a warm bed. I helped them with their work. I learned to plant vegetables and take care of animals. After a month, I left the mountains. I felt strong and brave. I wanted to go to the sea next. When I reached the sea, I saw big ships and blue water. The waves were loud. I walked on the beach and collected shells. I met fishermen who told me stories about the sea. They taught me how to fish with a net. I stayed by the sea for a while. I sold fish in the market. I saved money and made new friends. Then, I decided to go back home. I missed my family a lot. The journey was long and hard, but I was happy to see them again. When I arrived, my family was waiting. They hugged me and cried. They were proud of me. I told them about my adventures. I showed them pictures I took and things I brought. Now, I live in my village again. But I am not the same girl. I am stronger, wiser, and full of stories. I help young people who want to travel. I tell them to be brave and kind. My name is Lily. I am a traveler. I have many stories. And I still want to see more of the world. I started helping people in my village more. Some young girls wanted to leave and see the world like me. I told them to be careful but brave. I taught them simple English words so they could talk to new friends when they travel. I told them how to find work and how to be safe. One day, a boy named Tom came to the village. He was a traveler too. He wanted to learn about our village and help people. We became friends quickly. Tom was kind and smart. He helped me build a small library with the books I brought from the city and mountains. The library became a place where children came to read and learn. We held story nights where I told my adventures. Everyone listened with big eyes and smiles. Some children said they wanted to travel too one day. Time passed. I wanted to explore again, but this time, I did not want to go alone. I wanted a partner, a friend to share my stories and dreams. Tom and I started traveling together. We walked through forests, visited new cities, and met many people. We helped each other when the way was hard. Sometimes, we laughed for hours, and sometimes, we sat quietly watching the sunset. On one trip, we found a village in the mountains that had no school. The children worked hard but did not learn to read or write. Tom and I decided to stay for a while and teach them. We made lessons simple. We used pictures and songs. The children loved it. They smiled and clapped when they learned new words. I felt happy. I knew this was the kind of adventure that mattered. After months, we left the village, but we promised to come back. We carried the memories in our hearts. We continued our journey, but one day, Tom got sick. We were in a small town with no big hospital. I took care of him. I cooked, cleaned, and made sure he rested. The sickness was hard, but Tom was strong. After many weeks, he felt better. We both learned how important it is to care for each other. Our travels made us closer. We knew we could trust each other always. One day, on a quiet beach, Tom asked me to stay with him forever. I said yes with a big smile. We built a small house near the sea. We planted flowers and trees. We had a small garden where we grew vegetables. Even though I love traveling, I also love having a home. A place to rest and share stories. Sometimes, I remember the girl who left her village with a small bag. Now, I am a woman with many adventures, friends, and a home. My name is Lily. I am still a traveler, but now, I have a family too. Life at home with Tom was peaceful but full of small adventures. Every morning, we woke up early to water the garden and pick fresh vegetables. Sometimes, neighbors came by, and we shared food and stories. The village was small but warm, and I felt safe. Even though I had a home, my heart still wanted to see new places. Tom understood me. He said we could travel sometimes and come back to our little house by the sea. One summer, we planned a trip to a big city. I was excited and a little scared. The city was full of lights, noise, and tall buildings. We stayed in a small hotel near the center. Every day, we walked through busy streets, visited museums, and tried new foods. One afternoon, I lost my bag with important papers. I felt scared and sad. Tom helped me stay calm.